Hi, how are ya?
Bang, 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 people. Let's giddy up on here with these movie reviews on this here double toasted movie review extravaganza. Ganser. Oh, shit. It's a real gun right here? Gotta be careful. Shit, cop coming here and shoot my ass right now.
Oh, you don't need a gun to get shot by the cops.
Oh, hell yeah. I just need my finger for that.
You need that either.
Just hold up your hands like this. Give him a clear shot.
No, how? Like, how can you tell I don't have a gun right now? How you doing, everybody? I'm here, Corey Coleman there, riding on the... Okay, yeah, y'all do
How long will he do it?
Yeah, how long can I keep this up, people? Howdy, partner. I'm Corey Coleman on the Movie Review Extravaganza. I'm going to be one of your critiques tonight. Corey Coleman, I'm over here with my other wrestlers. My partner's over here, Mr. Martin Thomas. And Mr. Corey Coleman. Oh, and that... Hey, you can do a lot worse than me, my friend.
That could be the other Corey Coleman, though.
Is there another one?
The football player.
Football player.
Oh, yeah, I've been meaning to take him out for a while. Oh, hey, before somebody put that up, I'm just kidding. How y'all doing out there? If you couldn't tell, we're going to be riding tonight with Denzel.
You are living your fantasy.
I'm having such a good time. I was getting ready tonight. If you're listening, people, so you know we're doing the Magnificent Seven, the remake with my man Denzel up in there. And tonight I was putting on this fake mustache because I'm dressed like him in the movie. And Mia was watching me put on my mustache and my sideburns. She said, "You look like a little kid." Getting ready
like Carl from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, my hat is too big for my head and everything. She said, "You look like a kid getting ready for his own birthday party right now."
She wouldn't be wrong.
I was putting on like my Denzel on, my Denzel on. I was happy. I haven't had so much fun doing that.
This Saturday.
I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to interrupt you.
This happens a lot.
Hey, it ain't me, man. Here they come. Over the Ponderosa, over the hills, man. It's them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, Martin. And baby right here makes it in.
Are you going to edit it for you in the movie?
Oh, hell yeah. I'm going to be riding like back. Denzel holding his waist and shit. Yahoo! Denzel rides again. But yeah, people, y'all know what time it is. We got our review for the Magnificent Seven coming up here. This shit ain't fun. I'm for real with this, partner. But hey, you know what? That's the score from the original Magnificent Seven, and now they got this remake out here. And I said, hey, look, the original Magnificent Seven, that is a classic. 1960 is when it came out. I said that's a classic film. That's one of the movies that you don't mess with. That's something, even though it's a remake itself.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't remake this, even though it's a remake.
Well, it's a remake of a samurai movie. Y'all know the great Akira Kurosawa? You're a film student there. What's your name? Ian, you a film student there. You know my man Akira Kurosawa is a Seven Samurai. This man has influenced everyone. He had the Hidden Fortress that influenced Lucas, and then this right here influenced the Magnificent Seven. Even the Magnificent Seven couldn't really follow up with the same success. They had, people don't even know, they had like about 3 or 4 other sequels to it.
Oh, that's right. The Guns of the Magnificent, the Return of, the Guns of,
yeah.
I don't know what else.
Yeah, they had the Return of the Magnificent Seven, now available on DVD, Martin.
That's really odd.
Yeah, they had the Return of the Magnificent Seven, 1966, Guns of the Magnificent Seven, 1969, and the Magnificent Seven, Martin, this time they ride. What's up?
That dude at the bottom of the 7 looked like, what's Buddy from Gods of Egypt?
Damn, he looked like Elvis in a way.
No, what's dude's
I was
name?
thinking that British comedian.
Oh, who cares about the people? But you know, the thing is,
Joel Edgerton.
I
okay.
don't look like no goddamn Joel Edgerton, partner. But they said here that they said here that, you know what, even they couldn't follow up with the success. And by the way, Seven Samurai, that was done in 1954. So these are some old films right here. And they said, you know what, after all those films, after you had 2 great ones, which were kind of, one a remake of the other, and some other sequels that couldn't capture the greatness of that, you can't mess with this no more. Leave it alone. You can't remake it. You can't do no sequels. Leave it alone.
Now, there was a TV remake sometime around 1998.
What? And you didn't even hear about that. Leave the shit alone. But then somebody said, we got Denzel though. And I'm like, yeah. Yes. Godspeed with that remake right there. And look, y'all know y'all can give Denzel the shittiest script, and as long as he brings his Denzelness to it, it's gonna be something. Even if it's just all Denzel. And with this, he plays the Yul Brynner character. He plays Chisholm, and he's a warrant officer and peace officer. And he wants to keep the peace, but if you want to step to him, there's going to be a lot of violence going on. And this man goes around the plains looking he's a bounty hunter too. He's looking for people out there who've done wrong, and he's going to collect and bring them in, all the while hopefully bringing some justice in the world. And it's not until that old varmint there, what's his name, man? Burrow, played by, what's that?
Brogue?
Brogue.
Bart Brogue?
Bart Brogue.
Oh, is it Bogue? But yeah, Bart Bogue.
Bogue. Wait a minute, hold on. The Mr. Frames up here. Getting a little ornery right now. Slow down there. Nobody downloading anything here, are they? Okay. All right. Settle down there, partner. Come on now. Come. There we go. There we go. Wee doggy. In. What's his name? Bartholomew. That's Bartholomew. There he is. Bartholomew Bogue. He comes in. He tells these people of a nice, peaceful town. He says, look.
It's my town.
This is my town, bitch. My town, punk. He tells them, hey, look, I'm a businessman. And my business is actually your business right now. I need all of y'all to either take this $20 that I got. And by the way, this 120 is for everybody in this room. Or y'all can catch a bullet in your ass. Or you can get the fuck out.
Actually, let's do a combination of all three.
Yeah, let's just do one. You know what? How about you take 20, you get the fuck out, and you bam! Now, everybody covered. So these people saying, but we don't want to go. We've been here. We worked hard to get this place. And that's when a brave young woman in the town who's played by, what's her name? Who's played by
Faux Jennifer Lawrence.
The faux Jennifer Lawrence. who's played by anyway, faux Jennifer Lawrence, this chicken. She Haley Bennett. She says, look, you know what? Nobody in town has the balls to go in and take up for what they got. My husband did, he got shot for it, and I'm not gonna let his life go in vain. That's when she meets Denzel, who plays Chisholm in this movie, taking out somebody and says, you're just the man to come in and take our town back. And I know you don't want to do it by yourself. Not only will you recruit 6 other guys to come in and help out, but you'll train the town to get everything that we lost back.
Well, she doesn't really say all that to him. She just says, like, if I give you a sack of money, will you go take care of that guy and his whole army? Like, leave it up to him to go, like, I might hire some people if that's okay.
Yeah.
No, we just want you. Yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah, it was funny too, because he's like, nah, I'm busy. And she's like, look, money. And he's like, oh, okay. Sure thing. I gotta tell you something with this, man. Now here's the thing. People love Westerns. They just don't want it in a Western. You know, we've had a lot of movies that come out that we say they're modern day Westerns. Sure. We just saw one, Hell and High Water, right, with Chris Pine and what's his name?
Ben Foster.
Ben Foster. And who's the old dude in there? Look like a real cowboy.
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges. Yeah, people are saying that's one of the best movies of the year, and it's actually a modern day Western. The thing that people try to do lately with Westerns, I don't know if you noticed, but one of the things that have pushed people away is that, you know, we got these people who want to do revisionist Westerns.
Sure.
You know, they want to come in and do 2 things. Either they want to come in and make it hyper violent. So you know that's how the West really was. You know, you got shot, it wasn't like, ooh, you know, people like, fuck, shit, you know, and they took them like about 5 hours to die. Or they tried to show you how it really was in the opposite way. You remember that movie called The Homesman?
Oh, yeah. My God. Where it just showed you, like, hey, it wasn't all just shootouts at the OK Corral. There was no internet, no TV, and the shit was just boring. Boring sometimes that you would just kill yourself.
It was no saloons. It was no shootouts at noon. There was no sarsaparilla. What you did was you worked in the farm all day, and you went home and sat in the dark until the sun gave you light.
Yeah.
You know?
You played a piano made out of cloth.
Yeah.
And you hoping one day you'd have an actual piano to play.
Yeah, people are right. Like, people are so bored, they just killed them. Like, they actually had a shootout with themselves in the middle of the street. Hey, we need some action going on around here. You know, it was with Tommy Lee Jones and what's her name, Hilary Swank.
Right.
Yeah, this is repelling a lot of people because people, they say, I don't want that shit. I want that Western from back in the day. I want classic superhero fantasy Western.
Well, it did the thing. Westerns did the thing that superhero movies are doing, where everybody loved them. They couldn't get enough until they were oversaturated. And once they were, and nobody wanted them, people really look back at the old style Westerns like, I don't want that John Wayne shit. So that's when you got the revisionist Westerns, where people going like, yeah, but what if we made it edgy? What if we showed you what it was really like?
We put aliens in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if we...
You're like the only person who remembers that movie. That shit is traumatized.
Well, they actually had movies like Aliens versus Cowboys, or they had, magic in it, like, with, they put mechanical spiders in it, Wild Wild West. Yeah. They actually brought magic in, like Jonah Hex. People, the safest thing that you can do is just go back and do classic Western. And that's what Anton Fuqua has done here, man. People in this right here, they're not trying to do anything different. They're not trying to reinvent the Western wheel. You got people who come to town. When they stroll into town, you see those same buildings that you see in every Western. You see that canyon back there that's like a character now, as much as the Cowboys. When you do stroll into town, you got that dude or several dudes who just spit at you when you come in. That's how honorary the West was. When a man would just spit on a puppy for no reason.
I love that. Like back in those days, they had spittoons for that. But in the movies, nobody spits in the spittoon.
On the floor.
It's on the floor.
It's like nobody spit on the floor. This poor dog wasn't doing nothing but just standing there. He's like, well, I can't get this tobacco on the floor. They're like, what the fuck? It's like, man, that's dirt all around me, man.
Just lean to the other side.
They never spit on the ground. And that's in this movie, that's what they do. People come in and, you see those tropes. You see those stereotypes. Everything that is a stereotype in a movie. In fact, this should be called the town of cliche.
Yes.
Where everything you've seen before, you done seen again here. And it's not just that it's full of cliches right here. These characters in the movie, now if anybody's seen The Magnificent Seven, they all have their different characteristics. But I have to say, I've seen the movie, and I didn't. It's not too long ago that I saw it.
I've actually never seen it.
You haven't seen it?
No.
I probably wouldn't have. And look, I'm not saying I liked it. I'm not saying dislike it. But I'm going to say that the original Magnificent Seven had some deep characterization going on. Especially when it came to some of the stuff that they're trying to do here. That they think that they're doing different, which I will touch on a little bit. But the characters here in this movie, they're all your seven that you have in the film. They might as well be characters in a fighting game. Yeah. Because, all of them they're flat. I'm going to tell you right now, they're purely flat, and the way they're characterized is by their costumes and their weapons. Like, you seriously, this could be in a video game. You got the choice of the bounty hunter, the sharpshooter, the Indian, the assassin. All these are characters who are characterized by what they're wearing, not so much their personality. And it's and it all comes down to, no matter what, it all comes down to them. The one characterization that they have, the one defining thing that all of them have is they're badass. That's it.
That's true.
No matter what flaw they have, no matter what problem they have, it all comes down to saying, but see how badass they are? If the character has a character flaw, it's going to lead back to them showing you, yeah, but I can do this.
Yeah. Look into that backstory. No. Go back to shooting people.
Chris Pratt, who's in the movie, who plays Josh Faraday, he learned something about Ethan Hawke's character, Goodnight Robichaud. And once he learns that one thing, he just keeps fucking with him.
Wouldn't you?
Well, it's true, because
it's kind of crucial to what's going on.
No, man, you know what? He don't have to do him like this.
No, it's crucial to what's going on.
In this scene right here, now what could happen is he sees Ethan Hawke's character, and he sees that he has a little bit of PTSD from the Civil War. And while that puts him in danger when they're actually fighting hundreds of guys, he knows that he could have pulled the gun and said, hey, look, man, I saw what you did there. I don't want to front you out in front of everybody. But I just want to tell you right now, you can't be doing that shit, man. You're putting our lives in danger, my life in danger, and yours. But no, he gotta wait and front him out in front of all the people that's respecting him, that he's trying to train at the moment. And here's the thing about it. That flaw ain't really touched again, except for one really predictable moment. But it's just to show, all right, give me this goddamn gun so I can show the audience how cool I am.
Do what he does. He's a legend.
That's some fancy shooting there.
Well, they call him good night.
Well, fuck.
That didn't work out well.
He's like, yeah, that didn't go as planned.
That was the Christopher Darden move right there.
There's a lot they could have done with a lot of things in this film that they don't. And I'm basing this compared to relative to everything that we see in this film, which is not really all that much. Again, not saying that that's a good thing or a bad thing as of right now. I'm just telling you, this is about as straightforward as you can get as a Western. Now, another reason why I like Chris Pratt in this movie is because I think that his scenes with Haley Bennett, who was the woman I told you about earlier, who hires the Magnificent Seven to come in and save the town. You know, these days, I'm not saying anything against feminism. I'm not saying anything against strong characters. It's getting to the point now where it doesn't feel natural with some characters.
Yeah.
They feel like they have these obligatory strong female. So you sexists can shut up out there. Are you feminists can shut up too?
But it's anachronistic.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit the time period.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
But
It feels crowbarred in.
and you know what? That's what I like about this character. She feels natural. She feels like somebody did something to her. Nobody's doing anything. You know, she plays a strong character, but she doesn't overdo it. And you mostly see that in her scenes with Chris Pratt. It's not. They kind of slightly hint that there might be some flirtations, and I like that every time they come around, it seems like they're going into it, and then they
Sight the
don't.
lowest part of the V, cheek resting against the stomach.
I had a father, thank you.
I can't catch a break in this goddamn movie.
I'm not old enough to be your father. Wait, what you mean by that?
I could be your daddy. Hey, man, wait a second.
These motherfuckers are the Avengers of cowboys, man. This is a superhero movie.
Sure. Yeah, they don't miss.
No, this is
And they don't get hit.
This thing right here it is not just Western cliches. It is, as of late, the superhero movies that we've seen, all the things that we have praised and complained about them with these films. You know, right down to certain things such as, you know, when you saw the Avengers was all about the Avengers. People said, you know, okay, we got a cool hero right here, but he was not that. Even Loki, as much as people love Loki was just evil. You know, that's it.
He was
A trickster.
chaotic.
Yeah.
Chaotic. He's an asshole. He's evil.
He's impish.
And you know what? And
Like you call Chris Pratt the devil.
Yeah.
Loki, he's evil, pure evil.
and that's the thing about this. Peter Skarsgård, who plays the villain, he ain't even human. He's
not.
He's just walking evil.
Yeah, man, he was on Dick Dastardly shit.
like no real rhyme or reason. Just like I'm a psycho and I'm just kill people because it's something to do.
Yeah, I was really waiting for the moment for him to be like, good.
Yeah.
Twist his mustache.
Yeah. He needs a
all right.
longer mustache. He needs one of them like those handlebar hipster mustaches, so he can just twirl that shit with
And
evil.
he doesn't enjoy anything.
He
No,
did
he
everything short of tying somebody to a railroad track in this.
Man, he's just in the movie to be evil and sweat.
Yeah. And like he had trouble breathing. I was like, man, if somebody gave him an inhaler, we could probably solve all this.
Everything. Yeah, he's just mad because he can't breathe because he got asthma. They didn't have inhalers back in the day. If they lay it on so thick that you can't even really hate this dude because you're laughing at him.
Yeah, kinda. I mean, it's one of these things where sometimes you can pull off a villain like this. Gene Hackman has done it plenty. He did it in The Quick and the Dead and in Unforgiven.
Unforgiven, yeah. And you hated him, but
Yeah,
this is a cartoon character. You know, every time he came on screen, I laughed.
Because every time he was doing something, I was going, but why?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
in the predictable shootout that we have here, you see it, man. These guys are facing hundreds of dudes. Not in this particular one right here, but that's at the end. But this is the one where they come to town and they give you what you want. Denzel strolls in, calls everybody a punk ass coward, and that's how they get you, man. Because Denzel will come in and talk shit, and you know that they're gonna take out everybody with one hit of a bullet. But you like, oh shit, they mad now, you know? And they think they're gonna get Denzel. Get him, Denzel, get him.
You tell Bo if he wants his town, come see me.
And everybody got those guns that makes that noise.
Did doors just not work in the Old West? Because a lot of people flew through windows in this movie.
Because that looks cooler, man.
I know it's like an homage, but it was a lot. And I was like, all right, this gets to the point where it's like beyond cliche.
Yeah, candy glass is cheap.
Yeah.
But, like if you notice, even from that clip, okay, the only one who really has to work for his kills is Vincent D'Onofrio. But everybody else, like Chris Pratt is there and 2 bullets zing right past his head into the wall. He doesn't flinch. He doesn't try to duck. For all he knew, those guys would crack shots. But he's just standing there like, And Billy, the knife thrower, those guys get 2 shots off at him before those knives hit them.
You know, and that's the thing.
It's like you take for granted that henchmen can't shoot.
Well, you also take for granted that an arrow in your shoulder, you're automatically dead. You know that a knife in your back, that's a knife, man. There's a homeless dude that went down 6th Street stabbing people. People didn't even know they were stabbed until like 5 minutes later. You know, that's the thing about it. Now look, you can complain about these are superheroes. It's a superhero movie. It's such a superhero movie that this town that they're supposed to save, you know how we talk about having who superheroes destroy cities at the end of the movie? This town that they're supposed to save, they destroy the whole fucking town. They ain't even got no town after it's done, man.
It wasn't much of a town to begin with. It seemed like the easiest thing would have been for them to just go ahead and blow it up and then rebuild it somewhere down the road.
Just move on somewhere else,
It was
man.
only like 6 buildings. A church, 4 whorehouses, and then a bar.
That shit is made out of some of the cheapest plywood. You know, somebody, when they were done, Denzel leaned on the building. That shit was like, oh, shit. But that's because people want to see. They want to see this, man. They want to see the fantasy Western. They want these people to be, they want to see guys making possible shots with their guns. They want to see guys be able to take 7 dudes, take out 100 men. They want these guys to be superheroes and to a certain extent, even cartoon characters. And with that, him recreating the majestic West, the love is there, and that makes this movie a crowd pleaser.
Yeah, I that's kind of exactly how I felt. It was the first third, I want to say, maybe even half. I don't know, probably first third, where you're introduced to the characters, and all those introductions were just flat. I was like, man, I should be feeling something for somebody here, and they're just not delivering. And the little jokes they got in here, none of them are funny. And I was just like, this is kind of tedious. I mean, it's nice to look at, but it's kind of tedious. It's not till they get to the town where it becomes that crowd-pleasing movie and lives up to the potential that it's supposed to.
Yeah.
I think you guys are 100% right, especially when you're saying the characters were flat. But I would disagree with you on Chris Pratt because I thought he was so charismatic that it kind of outshined the flatness of like not having a backstory.
Well, I did say that I thought he was the most complex character out of all of them, you know.
I wouldn't even go to say complex. I would just say he's there.
Yeah. His charisma beat all
He's
that.
just there to be pretty.
Basically, and crack a couple of zingers. And I disagree with you on what you said. A lot of the comedy didn't work in between them. I really dug the comedy that they were going for here. It was something like, all right, we're here together. We got a week, and we really can't. I don't think for what this movie was going for, they should have spent so much time on developing the characters because ultimately, like you said, it unravels and you figure out what their motives are and why they're there.
Ethan Hawke was very good in the movie. The only thing I don't like about Ethan Hawke's character in the film is that they gave him a very predictable Han Solo.
Sure.
It was like, man, I was almost upset.
Is that not in the original movie?
You know what? I don't think like that. No, not pulled out like that. Not
okay,
that.
It made me wonder, like, okay, did Han Solo steal it from that?
And especially not that obvious to the point. Let's just say that today, that when you watch that, it's like, hey, man, do you really expect me to not know what's going to happen right here?
And it was almost like he just walked out, changed his clothes, and came right back.
Yeah,
he was gone, no time.
I mean, it's almost like he just waited around the corner for everybody to do the hard work. And like, hey, I'm back, yo.
No, that's exactly what I thought. He's like, okay, I'll let a lot of them get mowed down, and I'll come back and be the hero.
Yeah, because hey, I came back, yo. How you doing? You know,
we saw you back there.
I'll shoot your ass right now. Yeah, you know. So what would you give it, man?
Oh, I give it a high matinee.
High matinee. And as for myself, you know what? I would say this about the film, man. They focus on the Magnificent Seven, the actors that are there, and they got actors that are not only good, not only are they enjoying this, but not only good, but they actually carry the film very well.
Yeah.
For as flat as their characters are, the personalities of these actors having fun with these roles, that worked. I didn't see characters bonding with each other. I saw actors kind of having fun on set and bonding with each other, which that's transparent for a film like this. But they're great, man. And of course, led by your boy, my boy, Denzel, man. This dude, this motherfucker, he is everything that you, not just me, that you would want in a Western hero. When he comes in, and all he has to do is just be Denzel. When he comes in, they just put a hat on this man and just let him loose and say, Denzel, do your thing. I'm gonna say, yeah, it's because he's Denzel that he is badass. He's gonna sell this movie, and by the way, he brings in points into the film where Denzel has a way of just ad-libbing lines. I can tell you that there's some lines in this movie that were not in the script. There was somebody who said, he said, we got this going on. I don't know if we're gonna make it right here. And they're like, well, if you don't make it, then what are we gonna do? Like, shit, I don't know, man. Avenge me, motherfucker. Shit, I don't know. I was like, that wasn't in the script.
I'm still disappointed he didn't clack his guns together and go, ha ha,
yeah,
my man.
Yeah.
It was so many moments in here. I was like, I know you want to do a training day reference. There was one part where he was like surrounded by people. I was like, oh, so you got cases on him. Say you got cases, Denzel.
Man, there were so many times when he was with Ethan Hawke. I just wanted him to pull a gun on him and be like, if you do not stick to this fight right here, we got a problem.
Here's some angel dust.
Yeah. If you don't smoke this here tobacco, we got a problem. Denzel, the reason why he works, not just because he's Denzel, but because they actually give you that mythological Western hero, the man of little words, the man who's really out for himself, but righteous enough to see that when there's a problem and people need help, even though it's against his code of, hey, man, don't get involved, he does. And
he's the smartest guy in the room.
And and sometimes he just takes it because, you know what, I just need practice killing people.
Right.
And he's so badass. And what I laughed about this in the movie, my man is so badass that he's the only dude out there in the West who can find a saloon to process his hair like that. Did you notice that he had that nice modern haircut?
Yeah.
That he had all that pomade and them chemicals in his hair.
He used clippers.
Yeah, man.
Where'd you get that edge from, dude?
Yeah, man. Come on. Ain't a black barbershop around for miles. And he's looking clean as hell, man. He had that Alonzo haircut. And the thing about him in the movie is that he feels, I'm partial to Denzel. You know that, but he's the most just a little. But he's the most badass dude in the movie, man, because he feels like he's the one that's really gonna whoop somebody's ass. Look at this poster right here. Everybody is posing. Except Denzel is like, motherfucker, I wish you would. Look at that look on his face right
Frank
there.
Lucas look.
Yeah. He's it's something where I'm gonna give it a low matinee because it's just a little too cliche for me, man. It's like I said, it played a little bit too safe. But I can't deny there were moments in the movie, like me and my girl were watching it, and she was trying to sit up there and say, oh, I know it's going to happen here. I know it's going to happen here. And there was a moment she said that, and some caught off guard. She's like, oh, that's just. I was like, yeah, man. It is a movie that if you paid, even if you paid full price for it, unless you just somebody,
you gotta know what you're getting into.
Yeah, if you pay full price for it, unless you're a person who's really a film student, somebody who watches a lot of movies, you go in there and you're ready to tear a movie apart because it's not the deepest thing that you've seen. Then even if you go in at full price, I think it's a fine movie for the mainstream audiences out there. But for anybody else, even the hardest of critics out there, I think you'd be hard-pressed to say that there is not at least one moment in this movie where it takes you back to old Westerns.
Sure.
Yeah.
If you truly like
Westerns.
Westerns.
It does that a lot.
The only excuse you have for not liking this is if you don't like Westerns. I give this, as I said, I give it a low matinee.
Well,
I really enjoyed it.
I mean, honestly, if somebody came out of it saying like, well, that was, why'd I need that? I still have the original. They didn't do anything new with it. Or they found it too cliche. I'd be like, yeah, You're right. I can't argue with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Big points to Antoine Fuqua for doing a lot of practical effects. I thought that was something they did really well in here.
Like throwing people through windows? Hey, Will, you want to give your opinion real quick? I'll tell you what. You know what? Come on, yeah, go ahead. Will went to go see the movie with us, and I know you want to say something real quick.
I have a couple of thoughts about the movie.
How you doing, partner?
Hey, what's up, partner?
You got one of those old West mustaches too. I just want to twirl your tip.
I'll twirl this side while you twirl that side.
Like you've been kicking people out of town, man.
I look like the bad guy in this movie.
Yeah.
As soon as this movie started, wait, what'd you say?
Nothing.
All right, it's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a scene. What's the bad guy? The fucking Skeletor type guy who walks in the
Patrick Skarsgård.
Yeah. As soon as he walks into that church, you kind of have sort of a set tone for this entire movie, and you kind of know exactly what you're getting into. And I felt that this movie is very well shot. It's very well edited. It's just very well produced and polished. But that sort of in turn becomes mostly the most egregious offense that I have because it doesn't take any risks. And it does become cliche. I feel like I can take the last 20 years of Westerns and piecemeal this entire movie together with other shots from other scenes. And I think that that's a problem because there's not much of a story in this movie. It really is just this very kind of two-dimensional, one-note story. There's no subplots. There's no inciting incidents. There's nothing that really kind of brings it to the next level. And
do you think that's a problem? I mean,
So I think this kind of goes into that idea of like, how are we going to rate a movie? Are we going to rate a movie on like whether it be a crowd pleaser, or are we going to say like compare it to an actual film, or put it in quotes? If that's the case, I would say this movie's it's for people who don't really have maybe never seen a Western, but it doesn't really do anything past that.
What would you give it?
Oh.
Go ahead, damn.
Man, we gonna shoot you.
I know.
Yeah.
Wow, you just gave your whole critique, man. That shouldn't be that hard.
I would give it a high, some old bullshit. Low, yeah. Just because I have seen it before. I've seen it so many times. Just because there's so many movies that have come out since the original that have stolen from the original, then now you have this sort of continuous generational
He's that
thing.
film guy I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, yeah.
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 So
and I understand that. I'm going into it saying straight up, if you're a film guy, if you've watched all the Westerns, you will probably walk out pretty pissed. If you've never seen one and you just want to have a good time and you want to watch Avengers Part 3 in the Old West, then go see it.
if you're a cinephile, then it's some old bullshit.
Hey, yeah, he makes a good point.
Yeah. I mean, there was definitely a time sitting through it. It just kind of reminds me of the Three Amigos. It's just kind of it's kind of the same movie.
Gamefly brings to your house, to you, over 8,000 new releases and classics that are available to rent, or you can buy them for almost every system out there, current and some old systems. Like I said, man, I've been trying to put my GameCube back to work for years. Gamefly's giving me an excuse to do that. And you could even try 30 days for free by typing in gameflyoffer.com/double toasted. And when you do that, you'll get 30 days for free of games and movies. Get all those things, all of them at once. Just stay in the house. Don't go nowhere because they're all going to get brought right to your mailbox. You can also bring the element of surprise every month to your home in the form of a Loot Crate mystery box. In that box, I can't tell you what it is, but I can guarantee you it is the best in geek and gaming gear. Some people say it's like having Comic-Con brought right to your home. You don't have to leave the house for nothing. You're getting all kind of stuff. And everybody likes a little surprise every month. Just a little bit. And here's another surprise for you. If you go to our link, trylootcrate.com/double toasted, and you type in bridge 10, that's the word bridge and the number 10, you can get 10% off, a 10% discount on your first crate. How's that for a surprise right there? Loot Crate, bring the mystery and the surprise to your mailbox once a month with Loot Crate. Hey everyone, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our channel and go over to our home, doubletoasted.com, for more videos and live streams. And remember, stay toasty.